Let's go back to the 1840s. Electricity wasn't something you plugged in every night. It was a mysterious force racing through copper wires, carrying messages hundreds of kilometers in seconds. To people at the time, it felt almost like magic. When the first telegraph lines spread across Europe and America, the public was genuinely anxious. Some believed electricity would leak into the air and poison entire towns. Others feared it might disturb Earth's magnetic field. Newspapers even warned parents to keep children away from the wires in case they became electrified. It sounds funny now, but imagine living in the age of oil lamps. Suddenly, an invisible force runs through wires, sending messages faster than a galloping horse. Fear was inevitable, and in the middle of that fear, one detail confused everyone. Birds, they gathered on telegraph wires as if a new cafe had just opened. Lined up, chirping, completely calm. If electricity really poisoned the air, why didn't the birds die first? That question accidentally became one of the most fascinating moments of enlightenment in the 19th century. Back then, rumors traveled almost as fast as telegraph signals. When a few dead birds were found near poles, the story spread instantly. Electricity had killed them. People imagined birds being burned alive the moment they landed on a wire. Some newspapers even described it as nature fighting back against new technology. But engineers and inspectors were sent to investigate. They examined the birds closely. No burn marks, no scorched feathers, just broken necks. The truth was far simpler. Many birds flying in fog or darkness simply couldn't see the thin wires and crashed straight into them. At speeds of 40–50 kilometers per hour, about the pace of a motorbike in city traffic, the impact was enough to cause fatal injuries. Electricity didn't kill them. Lack of visibility did. Meanwhile, the birds perched on the wires remained perfectly fine, as if they had never heard the term voltage. This paradox pushed scientists to rethink their assumptions. If electricity was so dangerous, why were they alive? In 1856, a seemingly naive question appeared in newspapers. Can a bird feel the message running through its feet? It sounded poetic, but it marked a turning point in how people understood electricity. To grasp what's happening, imagine electric current like water flowing through pipes. Water moves only when there's a height difference. No slope, no flow. Voltage works the same way. It's the difference between 2 points. When both of a bird's feet stand on the same wire, they're at the same electrical height. No slope, no current through the body. A few thousand volts may sound terrifying, but without a difference between the points you touch, electricity doesn't pass through you. Birds unintentionally became living demonstrations for the public. They proved that electricity wasn't some toxic gas leaking into the air. It only becomes dangerous when a circuit is closed. That moment felt like turning on a light in a dark room filled with fear. Electricity wasn't black magic. It followed rules. And the rule was surprisingly simple: never touch 2 points with different voltage at the same time. It sounds basic today, but in the mid-19th century, it was a genuine revelation. Interestingly, modern physics textbooks with their neat circuit diagrams owe part of their existence to questions inspired by flocks of birds. Electricity gradually became familiar. Power plants rose. Cities lit up with bulbs. The fear of poisoned air faded away. Yet the lesson from the birds remains timeless. A bird survives not because it's stronger than electricity, but because it doesn't create a bridge. Only when it accidentally touches another wire or the ground does the circuit close and danger begin. If the concept of a closed circuit feels abstract, think of it this way: you only become part of the problem when you connect two things that were never meant to be connected. Sound familiar? The 19th century panicked because it didn't understand electricity. Today we can smile at those fears, but every era has its own power lines, new technologies that scare us simply because we don't yet understand the rules. And maybe the biggest lesson isn't about voltage numbers or copper wires. It's about attitude. Observe carefully. Ask the right questions. And don't rush to believe rumors. Next time you see a bird sitting on a power line, remember that it once helped humanity overcome its fear of technology. If this story makes you look at a simple wire differently, then maybe the next time you face a scary new technology, you'll stay a little calmer and ask yourself, am I accidentally touching two things at once? Sometimes, in the middle of history's biggest misunderstandings, birds turn out to be the quietest physics teachers we've ever had.